Last week was a weird week in that stories about toy guns made it into the news multiple times because they're oh so threatening. First, we have the teachers and police of Glenview, Illinois, who want to ban the very inappropriate game Paranoia because it pits high school upperclassmen against each other in a sort of last man standing Nerf war with a cash prize. The principal of the local high school said that the game mirrors the level of violence in Chicago, in schools, and across the country, and, as an added bonus, called it, quote, derogatory and distasteful in an email she sent out to the town's parents. The game already has a bunch of rules so that it's not played at school or work or even in moving vehicles, and neither Glenview nor any of the surrounding towns have had any dangerous incidents, but still the game is very, very dangerous and unacceptable. The local police have even threatened to charge teens who are playing with disorderly conduct because they say that pointing a fake gun at someone is, quote, not being reasonable in this day and age. The teens playing swear up and down that they don't feel they're in danger, but apparently their opinions are irrelevant. Over in New York, the Attorney General announced $44,000 worth of settlements with 7 toy retailers that were accused of selling imitation guns on Amazon in 2015. New York laws ban toy guns because they have tragic consequences when police mistake them for the real thing. A total of 42 retailers have fallen under the law, though last week's settlers were mostly a handful of Halloween costume shops because the toy guns they sold didn't meet New York's strict criteria for color schemes. The Louisiana House is looking at a new bill that would fine students $250 and send them to jail for 6 months for having a toy gun at school, school events, on a school bus, or even within 1,000 yards of a school. As a bonus, non-students also have to abide by the 1,000-yard rule. The bill includes not only airsoft and toy guns, but water guns and anything that could even resemble a gun, enough that someone might mistake it for the real deal, which I guess means the law could also prohibit wallets and cell phones if you follow the news. The bill is supported by the Louisiana Sheriff's Association, who basically says that they need the law so they don't accidentally shoot a kid with a super soaker. Both the sheriffs and legislators say that they support the Second Amendment and that this bill has nothing to do with it. A pro basketball player was also fined $35,000 and ejected from a game last Thursday. I have no idea what a guard is, but apparently Wizards guard Brandon Jennings was pulled and fined for making a gun with his fingers and pointing it at a guy from the other team. He was officially fined for, quote, making menacing gestures. So I guess we're doing that again. Gays Against Guns, who have the very appropriate acronym of GAG, have launched an official campaign against national reciprocity, calling it the NRA's Guns Everywhere bill, and suggesting it will mean almost certain death for the liberals of New York City, which is a oddly very specific gripe. They also claim that reciprocity is a violation of a state's right to constitutionally protect its citizens, whatever that means. Their ads feature protesters with various signs like "Not in my neighborhood" and "Not on my bus," with people wearing white veils that are apparently supposed to be victims of gun violence, even though they actually look like brides in like a Lady Gaga video or something, but that's what they're supposed to be. The NRA says that really the bill is just supposed to be putting together some national standards to make it easier for everyone to follow the law, but no one's listening. A new study out of Northeastern and Harvard School of Public Health has finally put to bed the myth that 40% of guns are sold without a background check. The original stat came from a 1994 survey asking gun owners how they'd gotten their guns and included guns that people had gotten as gifts or inherited or sold to them by family members. The new study set out to repeat the survey and asked roughly 1,600 gun owners how they'd gotten their guns. Again, this did include people who'd gotten them as gifts or from family, but only 22% said that they'd gotten a gun without a background check in the last 2 years. Even 50% of all private transfers included a background check, even in states that don't require them for private sales. Since the publication, PolitiFact.com now lists the 40% claim as false. Yes! The site and researchers still emphasize that 22% equates to millions of background check-free guns, but it gives a little less ammo to gun control advocates. That is your firearm and Second Amendment news for the week. Please stay safe and happy shooting.